What is up, you freaky folks? My name is Nick, and welcome to my channel, where I cover all things horror. Whatever you're watching, I'm making videos about. Welcome to my car for this video. I thought I would do something a little bit different and document my return to the movie theater. Yes, I know, it's been pretty crazy this year. I think we have all really missed going to the movies, and we've missed a lot of the movies that were supposed to play this year that have been bumped to whenever we get them. And this is pretty tricky because even removing the whole politicization aspect of this, even within the film fandom community, we've been pretty split between people who just want to go to the movies and don't care and they want to support the theaters, and then, you know, the rest of us who are like, screw that, I'm not getting sick, okay? And I gotta say, curiosity is getting the best of me because I really have had no interest in going to a theater. Theaters opened here about a month ago where I am, and I just haven't wanted to go. I don't care to see Tenet. Sorry, don't give a shit. But I really just want to go see a movie. Now I just plain want to see a movie. The Hunt was the last thing that I saw. I'm just like, this can't be the last thing that I see in theaters in 2020. And from what I'm looking at on the app right now, there's no one else in this theater that I'm seeing this movie in, so I'm hoping it's okay. But I'm interested to see how it goes. This is gonna be pretty interesting. But I've decided to go see Come Play today. It did come out a week ago for Halloween, and I really thought about going because I always go see a scary movie in theaters on Halloween. This is the first year that I haven't in, I don't know, my entire adult life, but I was busy with 13 Nights of Halloween and everything. It was crazy. It was Halloween. Now a week later, I'm kind of ready to just go see a movie, sit down, chill, see how it goes. I'm a little bit reviewing the theater going experience as well as Come Play, which looks like a creepy kid movie. I don't know. I try to stay away from all trailers and promotional stuff before going to see movies, especially now doing reviews and such. I just like to have a better experience, and I would honestly encourage everyone else to do the same. There are so many movies that I think are just ruined by trailers and whatnot. Maybe I'll wish I did watch a trailer for Come Play once this is all said and done, but it looks to be a standard PG-13, you know, jump scare kind of movie. I believe it is produced by Amblin, which I do think is interesting. So, and it stars Gillian Jacobs. I really like her, although I do think there is an aspect of this movie that was spoiled for me. We'll see if it isn't much of a spoiler. I'll talk about it after, but I'm interested. This is gonna be interesting. Let's just go do it, right? Let's do it.
This is Larry. He just wants a friend.
So guys, I just saw Come Play, and in the process I learned what the movie is about. Basically in it, there's this little kid named Oliver. He's like 8 or 9 or 10 years old. He watches SpongeBob. He's that age, and he has a speech disability which leads to a very difficult relationship with his mother and father, who have a very difficult relationship with each other. And basically little Oliver, he's being bullied. He has a tough life, and things get real cray-cray when there is a demon named Larry that begins coming after him through his phone and his tablet, things he uses to communicate with.
Just want to be your friend.
So this is an interesting movie. The concept of some sort of horror coming from screen time is certainly interesting, and I can understand it, but I have to say right off the bat, there's a thing that happens in this movie. This happens before the title card. It's right in the beginning. It's just a thing that happens throughout the film, and that's that we see through the villain's perspective, Demon Larry. We see him looking at people through screens, and immediately I'm sorry, I just started laughing, like right off the bat with this movie. I was just laughing my ass off. I'm glad I was in that theater alone. You know, it did feel really good to just laugh at a horror film, having the theater to myself. It was an interesting experience. It was enjoyable, I would say, but the movie just was not effective to me right off the bat. I honestly just could not find Larry scary. Larry just wants to find a friend. I mean, honestly, I feel bad for Larry. I understand Larry. Everyone needs a girlfriend at one point, you know? My biggest problem was just that I really couldn't get into the characters. I felt like all of the characterizations were so broad and the development so extreme that it just didn't connect. Unfortunately, especially with Oliver, because he's this bullied kid and all this terrible stuff is happening around him, and you totally feel for him, and we certainly do have scenes with him, you know, being like scared and stuff, but I don't feel like we really have time to sort of get on Oliver's side and really understand where he's coming from as a character. Stuff just really happens around him. And as far as the scare factor goes, I was really disappointed because this movie was loaded with just like 1.5 million false little scares, like not just jump scares with like, you know, a cat jumping out. Like I would even take that, you know what I mean? I'm okay with a jump scare as long as something actually happens, but this movie had so many different instances of just cutting from a quiet, suspenseful scene to a door opening quickly, or, you know, something like that where there's just a loud sound. It isn't an intentional jump scare, but it's just like, oop, we gotcha. And it's just extra cheap to me. They even do it twice in a row at one point, and I was like, listen, I'm sorry. I don't know who you think you're fucking with, but I'm not here for this. And overall, I wouldn't call this a bad movie. I feel like it just didn't work for me personally. And I grew up on movies like The Ring, and I thought it was so scary when that girl crawled through the TV, so this could definitely work for other people. I would kind of feel like it'd be a little condescending to say it would work for a younger generation, but maybe. It's kind of like the Babadook with tablets. It's just like this demon pops up on people's phone. It's not even an app. It's just like his story just immediately shows up. I don't know. I thought Larry was the funniest thing. Best thing that's come out of 2020 so far. Larry, for sure.
Did you turn it on?
Finish the story.
Larry is the new Watch This Now mascot. I've decided it in this moment. I'm gonna give Come and Play a 2 out of 5. It has decent acting and an original story, but I just found it to be absolutely hilarious when it should have been very scary. As for going to the movies, it kind of felt like returning after like, I don't know, like a murder just occurred. It felt like very bleached. It was just like a very bleach covered theater going experience. I'm glad I was alone in the theater. That was nice. I still kept my mask on the entire time because I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Honestly, if you're looking for something like this, I would recommend Z on Shudder. It premiered earlier this year. I mean, that was an interesting, creepy kid movie. That was a little bit more classic. What I will say about Come and Play that I think is probably the best compliment that I could give it is it does have moments that I found to be Amblin-esque, which I think is pretty hard to pull off, I gotta say. I think writer-director Jacob Chase did a good job with some scenes. Like, in particular, there are scenes where the dad, he works as like an attendant at a parking lot booth. I don't even think they really need humans for those anymore for a movie that's so technology-based. Very interesting, but whatever. Those scenes I thought were really well done. They looked pretty good, and they were the most effective, I thought. A lot of the other scares, I'm sorry, I just thought it was funny. It was fun though. I had a good time. What did you guys think of Come and Play? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this extra low quality phone video. I greatly appreciate it. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my channel. My phone is dying. Goodbye.